even as all that you said, in the back of my mind, prioritizing self-care is like, it's a zero-sum game with the calendar sometimes. And am I still a good parent? How do I get over the guilt of that, even if I consciously know what all the benefits are?
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought up that question because I love this. And it's just the emotion that resonates most, I think, in modern parenting. It's like just doing something for yourself gives you guilt because you're not spending time on them. There's like, enrichment that they're not getting, right? A million thoughts go through your head about why you shouldn't be doing that. It's like bad for you to be doing that. And the deep irony is the science suggests that we just have that absolutely backwards, right? Taking care of ourselves, spending time on ourselves does a bunch of things. One is it fixes our emotions, right? Which, as we've heard from emotional contagion, helps our kids. The second thing is it's modeling not just those behaviors for our kids, which make them easier for our kids to do. Maybe they're going to sleep better, exercise, and these things, which we want to teach them. But more, it's sort of telling them that they need to set up boundaries. It's telling them that like when things are feeling overwhelmed, you need to listen to that emotion and make changes, which is important for a couple of reasons. One is it makes our kids not hide those emotions, right? They realize like, oh, you can admit them and talk about them. And it teaches them that there are strategies when those feelings of overwhelm and kind of stress come up, right? We're teaching them like, no, you don't just sit in them and incubate or make a drastic decision. You like deal with them. There's strategies you can use to fix that. And those kinds of learnings, I think, are so important for our kids to see. It also teaches our kids that there's this interesting and important balance. I think too often we talk about work-life balance, and I hate that phrasing. I like to think about work-life harmony because everything in the science suggests these things work together. If you're pushing yourself at work and not taking the self-care break that you need and not exercising and not sleeping, your performance is not going to be as optimal as it would have been. Like you're going to do worse because you didn't take care of your body and you didn't sleep and you didn't take a break, right? You're by kind of focusing too much on the work and focusing not enough, I should say, on the kind of life balance, you're going to make the work go down too. These things move in unison with one another. We don't often think that, but every piece of the science suggests that. And so I think you're basically teaching your kids not just a kind of good modeling lesson, but you're telling them what the science really says about human motivation and optimal performance, which is like, sometimes we have to rest, right? I think we do this better in sports than we do in our normal work life, right? I have this trainer who like works hard to keep me fit and stuff. He's a tough job because that's not my natural state. But he talks a lot about things like active rest, right? That like when you're doing the sets, you got to take breaks in between the sets, right? And that's because like those moments of rest actually matter for optimal performance, right? And we forget that when we're like on the job, that sort of stuff exists too. So I think the way to deal with the guilt is to recognize that like, oh, this is optimal parenting, right? This is for everything I care about, for their emotional well-being, for their academic performance, for kind of modeling future parenting and how they should be when they're an adult. I'm sort of showing them that like being a workaholic with no rest is not the right way to perform better. Like there are other ways to do it better. So I think it's like almost what I wish is we could kind of flip it where it's like, as a parent, you start feeling guilty when you're not taking time off to hang out with your friends, when you're not kind of taking time off to exercise and to sleep well. That should make you feel guilty because you're setting them up for the life of being a workaholic, right? And you kind of want to set them up for something better. Hard to do, right? It requires this sort of thinking shift to realize this stuff is optimal, but the science backs you up if you can make that thinking shift. It's like, I think we just really get the science wrong where we think it's not important, like it's kind of nice to have, not a need to have. Nope, all the evidence suggests the other way.